that we're tracking this morning is from Iran. Will he or won't he? Well, that's the big question that's hanging over the world as the geopolitical tensions between the US and Iran escalate. The war clouds are thickening over Tehran. From threatening military action to deploying, warships, US President Donald Trump has sent a series of warnings in the last few days, leaving global leaders guessing what is to come next. But the big question is US-Iran all-out war imminent? For that, let me take you through the situation on the ground right now. In the last 24 hours, Donald Trump has sent out mixed signals. He has stated that military aircraft carrier strike group, along with other assets, are heading towards the country, towards Middle East. But in the same breath, he has also stated, and I quote, "Maybe we won't have to use it." Left confused and anticipating an attack, Iran has now issued a stark warning saying that it would treat any attack on the country as an all-out war. Meanwhile, several airlines, we're learning, have also cancelled flights to the Middle East. Have a look at what Donald Trump said.
So Iran's in big trouble. We're watching the situation very carefully. I've made the statement very strongly that if they start killing people like they have in the past, we will get involved. We'll be hitting them very hard where it hurts. And that doesn't mean boots on the ground, but it means hitting them very, very hard where it hurts. So we're watching it. We're watching it very closely. We're watching Iran. We're watching Iran. You know, we have a lot of ships going that direction, just in case. We have a big flotilla going in that direction. We have an armada. We have a massive fleet heading in that direction, and maybe we won't have to use it. We'll see.
And let's now take you through the threats President Donald Trump has issued in the last few weeks, from locked and loaded warnings to a massive naval armada that is heading towards Iran. And this is what he said on January 2nd. He said that we are locked and loaded to attack on Iran. And that was the time. It was only 4 days after the protests in Iran had started. It also said that we will hit Iran very hard, and that was a strong warning that was given 4 days after the protest started in Iran. Then on January 11th, he said that help is on the way, and that was the time when as many as 2,000 people had lost their life in Iran during the protests. And that time he had also gone on to say that keep protesting, and that was a big message to the people of Iran. Let's take you further on what he said later as well. On January 24th, that is earlier this week, he had said that we'll wipe Iran from the face of the earth, and that was a very big warning. Whole country is going to get blown up, and this was only, in fact, 4 days back. Then day before yesterday, he had said that massive armada is moving towards Iran, that a US military fleet is moving towards that area. We are watching Iran very closely. And that led to a reaction that had also come in from Iran as well. They had said that any sort of tensions in the area, any sort of attack would be considered as an all-out attack on the country. Now, as tensions escalate following the threats from President Donald Trump over Iran's crackdown on civilian protesters, American Naval Strike Group and the assets they are repositioning their pattern in that area. We're learning that at sea, there is USS Abraham Lincoln, and that's a nuclear power carrier aircraft. That's a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier, and that is at sea. In the air, fighter jets on board that carrier is what we are learning. Multiple guided missile destroyers are also deployed by the United States. As far as the defense preparation is concerned, all the U.S. bases in the Middle East, in and around that area, they are on high alert, and air defense systems have been activated. So that remains the ground situation. We're learning that as far as U.S. is concerned, they're all prepared. They're moving their assets towards the Middle East. But on the other hand, Iran is also very clear that any sort of attack on their territory would be considered as an all-out war. So it remains to be seen what really happens in the coming days. With this, a short break.